Here's what I got going on. Building an 8x20 on the pontoon trailer. These barrels are temporarily placed. I'm gonna have a full row of 6 barrels with diverters on both sides. I use the barrels to figure out my distance needed for these boards. I got 19 inches on center to support the drums, barrels, whatever you guys call it. Autofocus. The frame is treated 2x6. It's very solid. Every 35 inches. I have this 2x6 on top with one on the bottom as like a T-plate to give a lot of strength. And I'm gonna come back with 20-foot deck boards running this direction. She actually measures 7'10" right now. So that's as wide as I can go to keep my drums centered on the factory guides that on the trailer are non-adjustable. So if I want the 8 foot, I'm gonna have to add a strip to the outside of each one like a rub rail. Working on the engine bracket. Nothing is finished, it's all just mocked up. It's not totally secured yet. My transom height, I currently have plenty short foot motors, so I'm 16.5 inches from here to the bottom of this drum, which is normal transom height. I'm debating on cutting this shorter, because I know this is going to be close to dragging the water. I'm planning on being half submerged, which is about right here. So I may cut 2 inches off of this and slowly taper it up to about maybe 4 inches here. I'm going to tie in this plate to the frame, make it more solid. I'm also going to put a diverter right here going to the bottom of this to stop that water from rolling up in between. It's still going to have holes for water to flow, but it's going to slow the water down. I'm not adding a third tune the whole length. Just one more barrel in the rear with a diverter on the front of it and a diverter on the rear of it, and that's going to help support the extra weight of the engine and the battery. A lot of barrel boats I see, they squat down in the rear once the motor's on and underway, or even just sitting there because of the extra weight for the engine. So I'm compensating for that. One barrel will hold 200 pounds half submerged. My engine is it's probably be a 100-pound package, depending on what engine I go with. I have a 5 horse, a 15, a 25, a 35, all 2-stroke, and I have a 26 horse air cooled. I have plenty more options. Now these barrels are gonna come all the way to the back. I have all the barrels, and I'm gonna strap it down the same method I use for my floating docks. It's going to be strapped the same way with the 3 securing bolts cinchered down, and the deck's probably going to be very similar. Yeah, I'll update more when I've got more. Usually I build them on the ground or on a flat trailer. This one I'm building on the pontoon trailer. Everything's coming out pretty straight so far. I'm gonna, once I get the deck on and all the barrels secured, I'm gonna contact Baton Rouge Wildlife and Fisheries and set up an inspection for a homemade houseboat. Being it's going to be a houseboat, it's going to have to be titled, and also in Louisiana, anything registered as homemade has to be inspected and titled. So as soon as that little dock sells, that's going to fund the rest of the deck boards and things that are needed to get this in the water. As I build more, a couple days, I'll update more. Thank y'all for viewing. I appreciate it. Leave me some likes, comments, any suggestions, questions. Just let me know. Like I said, it's not a finished product. This is all just held on with a couple screws. It's test fitting. I just built the bracket. I forget the degree of angle I put. I think I got a 4 or 5 degree lean back That allowed me some adjustment on my notches of my motor. So far I'm very happy with it. Everything's coming together. It's very solid. Fits the trailer nicely. I guess by this afternoon or tomorrow I'm gonna start lifting up one side at a time and dropping drums in and securing them. Where I may better go test launch it tomorrow. Put my small motor on it. But I really don't need to test ride it. I know it's gonna float. Hey, once again, thank y'all. I'm rambling. See you on the next one.